back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Maddie, and today's video, it's going to be a big old book haul. There is always something. Always a plane flying over, always kids screaming downstairs. I have 16 books to show you guys, if I can count. And just a disclaimer, I did not buy all these books in one trip. I've slowly been purchasing books and waiting to show you guys the books because I think it's fun to do one big book haul. Most of these are new releases because I've had my eye on a lot of books coming out in spring and early summer. Also, it was my birthday a few weeks ago, so some of these were gifted to me, and others I probably didn't need, but it was my birthday month, so I had to treat myself. Had a little bit of extra birthday money, and books are my hobby. They're the only things that make me happy, so what can you do? I also have some special editions I'm so excited to show you that I got for my birthday, and I have 2 signed books, so stay tuned for some story times. Let's get into the video. Make sure you're subscribed down below. Okay, let's start with the first book. I definitely showed this book in a vlog a while ago, but I'm gonna show you again, and some of you guys may be new here. So the first book I purchased was Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. I'm a huge John Green fan. I love his young adult romance, his nonfiction, everything this man does. I'm in support of him. What can I say? He's a good guy and his writing is amazing. Even in his nonfiction novels, I mean, especially in his nonfiction books, you can tell how passionate he is about the topic. And this book is no different. This book is clearly all about tuberculosis and how this is a curable disease, but it continues to be one of the deadliest, killing over 1 million people a year because not everybody has access to treatment and all of the healthcare inequities. So this is going to be a really interesting read. I can't believe I haven't read it yet. And it also talks about this young man that John Green met a few years ago, Henry, and it tells Henry's story. I'm recommending this book already and I haven't even read it. I've heard great things about it and I know I'm really going to enjoy it. And I decided I needed a copy of my own because this is a signed edition. Look at that, John Green's signature in green Sharpie. Doesn't get better than that. Next we have 2 more signed books. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I got one for myself and one for my sister-in-law. There was a signing here and a meet and greet. I got to meet Elsie Silver and talk to her, pick up a signed book. It was so cool. I am kind of a fake fan though, guys, because I've only read 1 and technically a half books by Elsie Silver. And it's nothing against her. It's just nothing I ever wanted to pick up. But now that I've met her and I know she is such a good person, and she took so much time, like 4 hours of her day, a hot day with no AC, to talk to every single one of her fans, take pictures, have interactions with them, and I just adore her so much for that because she could have just signed a book and sent everybody on their way, but she did not. And I wanted to go because I know my sister-in-law Katie is a bigger fan than me. She read the entire Chestnut Spring series and she's the reason I even picked it up in the first place. And don't get me wrong, I really liked the first book. That is now slipping my brain. Heartless, Flawless, one of those. I liked it, but it's not a series that I want to continue back to back because it's just the same thing over and over again. So that's the reason why I DNF'd the second book for now. I will go back to it one day. It just, I don't know. I didn't feel like reading it at the time, but I definitely will when I'm in the slump because they are such fast, entertaining reads. And honestly, this one sounds good too. These are the only copies she had left because I bought the tickets really late to the signing. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. That is so cool. For my birthday, my grandma sent me 2 books and I did not know these were coming, so surprise books are even more fun. We have 2 books by the same author, The Echo of Old Books and The Keeper of Happy Endings, both by Barbara Davis. It says best-selling author of The Last of the Moon Girls. And I don't know much about these books. They look a little bit more like historical fiction, which I'm excited to read. I need to be reading different genres more. I mostly stick to romance and thrillers, some fantasy, but I definitely want to get more into historical fiction. And this one seems great because it is about an old bookstore. And I love books about bookish people, about bookish things. I just love books. Let me read you the summary of this one. A pair of mysterious books, a doomed romance. Okay, so there's still romance. The Echoes of a Love That Never Died. Rare book dealer Ashley Greer's affinity for books extends beyond the intoxicating scent of old paper, ink, and leather. She can feel the echoes of the book's previous owners, an emotional fingerprint only she can read. When Ashlyn discovers a pair of beautifully bound volumes that appear to have never been published, her gift quickly becomes an obsession. Not only is each inscribed with a startling incrimination, but the authors Hemi and Belle tell conflicting sides of a tragic romance. Yes, please. With no trace of how these mysterious books came into the world, Ashlyn is caught up in a decades-old literary mystery. Beckoned by two hearts in ruins, whoever they were, wherever they are, determined to learn behind the doomed lover's tale, she reads on, following a trail of broken promises and seemingly unforgivable betrayals. The more Ashlyn learns about Hemi and Belle, the nearer she comes to bringing closure to their love story and to the unfinished chapters of her own life. Okay, so everybody go ahead and add this to their TBR because that sounds amazing. Thank you, Grandma. I won't read you the summary of this one, but I am just excited to read this one as well. I forgot to mention I bought this one on the same day I met Elsie Silver. This is a copy of Little Women, and I actually bought it for Sam because he is such a good husband. We bought the tickets last minute to meet Elsie Silver because I didn't even know it was happening. So we got there super late. We were at the end of the line and we waited 2.5, maybe 3 hours to meet her. And so I told him for being so patient and waiting with me because he definitely didn't have to. Well, actually he did have to because he had to be there to get a copy for his sister since it was only one book per person. So he was so patient and had a good attitude that I told him I would buy him a book. Ah, my neighbors can see me. And he picked Little Women because we watched the movie recently and we love that movie and he has never read the book. I haven't either, so he decided he's going to read this soon. And also that one scene in Friends where Joey and Rachel switch books for a week or something, and Joey reads Little Women and I think Rachel reads a Stephen King novel. That scene where Joey's like, Beth's really sick and Joe came home but there's not much she can do. That scene, me and Sam quote once a day, and I don't know why because it's not funny, it's really sad. I cry every time, but I think that's what really encouraged him to read this, is Joey's reaction. A fictional character recommended this book to Sam. What can I say? And then I have more books for my birthday. My sister-in-law Katie actually got me these special edition covers for Christmas, and I've been on the hunt for some hardcover editions of Twilight because you can only put the special edition dust cover on the hardcover books. And so my in-laws hunted down these books for me on Facebook Marketplace and picked them up for me, and Sam brought them back when he was at home visiting them for a work trip. And I was so surprised and so excited because I've been wanting to put these covers on these books for so long because I'm obsessed with these covers and the series, the movies, everything about it. Wow. Here are the spines, obviously, where we have Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn. This is the cover for Twilight. It's Bella. And then on the back of all of these, there's a quote from the book. So the lion fell in love with the lamb. We have Jacob on the cover of New Moon. Forbidden to remember, terrified to forget. Then we have Edward. I just think these are so cool. People can do amazing things with graphic design. And I think the colors are perfect for this dark, moody series. He's like a drug for you. And then on Breaking Dawn, we have Bella, but in vampire form. Important distinction. Spoiler, because on the first copy with her, she looks a little different, and also her eyes are either brown or green, and here they are red. And on the back, my favorite quote of all time from The Wedding. We'll start with forever. I think those are so sick. Definitely the coolest editions I've seen, and it's a cheaper option because you only have to purchase the dust covers, and then most big fans will already have the hard covers, or you can find them on Facebook Marketplace for $1 discounted price. I think the dust covers were around $30. And I will definitely share the link with you if you want the dust covers. Then I did buy myself some books for my birthday, and they are both 2 newer releases. Newer at the time, but it's been a while now. I purchased Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This is the same author who wrote Ready or Not, and I read that book recently after letting it sit on my shelf for such a long time, and I loved it. I think I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars, and when I saw that she published this book a few months ago, I wanted to get my hands on a copy of it because it also sounds sad, and I love a sad love story. I know this book deals with grief, but that's all I really know. People have been raving about it though. This is what the blurb says on the back. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman finds her life turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. Grumpy, okay. Okay, I love a fictional grumpy man. Keyword. Fictional. So excited to get to this. Then I finally got my hands on a copy of The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm gonna be so honest though. I did not need this book right away. I only purchased it because I wanted to read it the second I got my hands on it, but I didn't know it was on Kindle Unlimited. By the time my copy came in, I already finished it on Kindle Unlimited, so it is what it is. I did really enjoy this book though, and I definitely do want a copy of my own. I just didn't need it right then. I could have collected it later down the line, but I do love the art on this. If you don't know, this is the same author as the Magnolia Park series, which is a 5-star series to me. One of my favorite series of all time, and this is a standalone book that she published recently. It definitely has romance in it that I loved. There's a lot of family history and family struggles, and overall it was really entertaining. It wasn't a 5-star read for me, but I still did rate it 4 stars because I really liked it. If you want to see more of me talking about this book, I will put a card up for that video. But finish this video first, and then you can go watch it. This is the back. Ooh. Love. Here's where I spiraled out of control. We went to London for my birthday weekend. We went to the biggest Waterstones in Europe, Waterstones Piccadilly, and they had a signed copy of Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I have not read anything by Alex Astor. I don't read that much fantasy, and honestly her fantasy series, Light Lark or whatever, it just, I don't know, it's not calling my name. Nothing against it. It could be amazing for all I know. I just don't know if I'll read it anytime soon. However, I'm a sucker for a summer romance. And the fact that this was signed, so cool. When we went back to the hotel that night, I was on Instagram and I saw that Emmy, I think it's what Emmy reads on Instagram or maybe YouTube, she had just hosted an event the day before with Alex Astor where you got to meet her. She did a Q&A, she talked about the book, and then she signed all of these books and personalized some of them, and I guess there were a few left over. It is not the special edition one, but honestly, I didn't like the special edition one where the pages were sprayed yellow. I think this one's just as cute. It still has the cute New York City map on the front and on the back. And there's her signature. I am slowly collecting some signed books, and I'm so happy about it. 27-year-old screenwriter Elle has the chance of a lifetime to write a big budget movie set in New York City. The only problem? She's had writer's block for months, and her screenplay is due by the end of the summer. Desperate for inspiration, Elle returns to New York City, the city she hates, and tries to throw herself into her writing. But then she meets her new neighbor, Parker Warren. He's the city's favorite handsome tech billionaire, and he's also the guy Elle hooked up with in a stairwell 2 years ago. When seeing him again turns into a night of hate-fueled writing, Elle realizes Parker might just be her twisted muse. So when Parker needs to fake a steady relationship during his company's precarious acquisition, and Elle needs to research a list of classic date spots in the city for her screenplay, they suddenly find they might just be exactly what each other needs. Summers always end, and so will this agreement. It's all pretend, promise. Until it isn't. That sounds amazing. Fake dating? Sign me up. I bought 2 more books in London at the airport because they have the best deals. I've always heard people say books are cheaper in the UK, but I never really noticed that until I became a book lover in the past few years, and I haven't been to London since then, so I just noticed that these were cheaper, and I've been wanting to get a copy of The Let Them Theory for a while now. It was buy one get one half off, and this one was £10. and this one was $17. Not a bad deal. And I've only seen the hardcover edition of the Let Them Theory, which is like $30+. So if you think about it, I'm saving a ton of money. So we have the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Am I gonna let them? No. No, I'm probably gonna let everything bother me until the end of time. But you know what? Maybe this will be good for me. Maybe this will stick in my brain for a month or two, and I just want to see what all the hype is about. People have been saying, oh, it changed their life, but also people are like, it's nothing revolutionary, it's just a good reminder. And I need a good reminder. Really happy I got a paperback. Sorry to flex on you guys. Then, since it was buy one get one half off, I got the Ministry of Time by Kaylee Ann Bradley. I've been wanting to read this book for a while, so I don't feel like it was a rash purchase. I mean, it kind of was, but it was half off. I'm so excited to finally read this. It has mixed reviews, but a lot of people that I follow have given it a higher rating and said that it's a great story. The romance is even amazing, so I'm definitely going to give it a chance, and hopefully it will be a 5-star read for me. Comment down below if you've read this. This is what the summary says. A civil servant is offered a lucrative job in a mysterious new government ministry, gathering expats, relatable, from across history to test whether time travel is feasible. Her role is to work as a bridge, living with, supporting, and monitoring expat 1847, Commander Graham Gore, a former Victorian polar explorer. Gore, an adventurer by trade, soon adjusts to this bizarre new world of washing machines, feminism, and Spotify. And during a long, sultry summer, the pair move from awkwardness to a friendship to something more. Okay, so a love story that spans across time. Yeah, I'm interested. Keep talking. But as the true shape of the project that brought them together begins to emerge, Gore and the bridge are forced to confront their past choices and imagined futures. Can love triumph over the histories that have shaped them? And how do you defy that history when it is living in your house? What a concept. That's amazing. Also, something interesting about this is I don't think you learn one of the main characters' names until the end of the book. So that could be confusing at first. And they only refer to her as the bridge in the summary. All right, one more book. And if you are familiar with any new releases that came out in April, well, I think you can guess what one of these is. April 22nd. Yeah, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Gave this book 5 stars. I didn't rate it above Beach Read and Happy Place, but it's definitely a 5-star read. It's up there. Isn't it so weird how books can all be 5 stars, but then some of them are more than 5 stars to you? Like, shouldn't I just rate this 4 stars then? But no, they're all 5 stars, but in their different ways. What do I even say? Basically, I love this. And there's a whole reading vlog on my channel about this if you haven't seen it already. I yap a lot and I defend this book's honor because I have not seen amazing things about this book, but I have the unpopular opinion of I love this book and I definitely recommend it to everyone and anyone. Emily Henry, can we be besties? Inserting this clip here because I actually have one more book to show you before my final book of this video. And my friend Sarah and I just met up today. We haven't seen each other for a few weeks because we've both been traveling, and she got me something for my birthday and she knows me so well because it's a book. Not only that, it is a book in the Twilight series, which clearly you guys know I love. This is Midnight Sun. This is the most recent book in the series. It came out in 2020, maybe 2021, and it is 750 pages of Edward talking about Bella. Basically, this is Twilight, but from Edward's perspective, so we get to see him fall in love, and he be talking. He's got a lot of thoughts. I'm so excited to read this. I never read it when it came out, and I cannot wait. My friend Sarah is actually reading the Twilight series for the first time. She never read them growing up, but she loved the movies. So she's currently on Breaking Dawn, and then when she finishes that, I told her to let me know because we can read this together for the first time, buddy read it and discuss, because honestly most of our conversations are about Twilight. We went to the Twilight movie marathon here together and it was a blast. It says, when Edward Cullen and Bella Swan met in Twilight, an iconic love story was born. But until now, fans have heard only Bella's side of the story. At last, readers can experience Edward's version in the long-awaited companion novel, Midnight Sun. Cannot wait to read this. Thank you so much, Sarah. Okay, back into the video. I have one more book to show you guys. And the last book I forgot about because I'm currently reading it. Let me go get it. And this is the last book I'll be purchasing for a while. Mark my words. Except One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune comes out today. If you see this on my Instagram, No, you didn't. I got it for free, for all you know, okay? I picked up What Happens in Amsterdam by Rachel and Solomon. I talk about this book all the time. I've been so excited for it to come out. It is special to me because I'm currently living in Amsterdam. So this is like a love letter to this beautiful city that I've come to love. I love Rachel and Solomon. I've rated a lot of her books highly. I gave Today, Tonight, Tomorrow 5 stars. I loved The X Talk by her, and I think I'm gonna end up loving this. It is a marriage of convenience, second chance romance. Does it get better than that? No. I think this book is gorgeous with the tulips. There's even a tulip on the side. The perfect summer romance. We made it to the end of the book haul. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish content on this channel. I hope you guys will stick around, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.